Greetings. Welcome back to another cup of conversation, perhaps some food for thought with me, Nidra Simmons. I want to come on and say that I do not own the rights to the music. It is just music playing in the background to help set the tone, to help set the mood, to help contribute to this cup of conversation. Oops, sorry. To help to contribute to this cup of conversation, perhaps food for thought. Um, uh, I want to apologize for not coming on yesterday. I was not feeling great at all. It was like yesterday was a I was tired, y'all, and I probably still look tired. But yeah, I'm dressed up in my warm PJs. It's a sweatsuit, but either way, you can wear it inside or outside. So let me get a little bit more adjusted in the camera. But yeah, I am sorry, y'all. Oh, my battery is low, so I'm going to have to pause this for a minute. All right, I am still here. Give me 1 second to get my charger. 1 second. I'm still here though. These two wraps, or these two regular sides for just $5 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Olivia from Ollie. Is it just me, or are these wellness trends getting ridiculous? Protein tracking, biohacking, it's too much. Start small with Ollie's Daily Multivitamin. Just 2 gummies a day help support your immune system, heart, and bone health. I'm back. Sorry for that. Less tracking. I'm not sure how to pause it to where I'll come back. So I just leave it playing and walk away. But I am here. Had to go and get my charger. For some reason, my charger that I have only wants to charge my phone up to a certain percent. If y'all can tell me why that is, I'll greatly appreciate it. But anyway, let me get myself back into my cup of conversation, perhaps some food for thought. Just want y'all to see my necklace that I made. All right, so the topic for today is, well, the umbrella that we're going to fall under is tips for coming through tough days. I'm not going to say tough times because time can be a longer thing. And I also am going to be eating my breakfast. I hope that is okay. I have been feeling down, very tired. So I chose to sleep as much as I could to kind of help my body get back together. How many of you out there know that rest is very important? And if your body is telling you to sit down and relax, you need to listen to your body and sit down and relax. It's that body that you're going to need to maneuver to get from point A to point B. But yeah, we're going through winter weather advisory. A lot of places are telling people to stay home. I'm in Williams. Okay, got too much information. I'm in North Carolina, and right now it is snowing in my area. I know in other areas. No, let me phrase that. Sorry, y'all. It is not snowing in North Carolina right now, my area. It is snowing in other areas in North Carolina. Let me get myself together, y'all. This is live, so y'all getting everything hot off the press. I don't I don't re-screen my messages if it's live. It's everything is right here in on the moment, in the open. So you're gonna get some mistakes, but you're gonna get some corrections after those mistakes as well. So where I am in North Carolina, it is not snowing. It is raining. But in other areas of North Carolina, they did get a lot of snow, and it's covered the roadways. Um, Again, I said I apologize. I have to eat something. Um, I'm usually already up and have already ate something, but I have been really tired, so I'm just now starting my morning at 8:55 in the morning. Please like, share, and subscribe.
If by chance you know someone that is interested in having a cup of conversation and some food for thought with the topic of uh, we're we're under the umbrella of the topic of tips for overcoming tough days. Yesterday was a tough day for me. You know, I was feeling really down, and I was trying to seek some family to help encourage me. Regardless, I love them dearly. They may not have understood exactly where I was coming from, but instead of them helping me uplift myself, in reality, they would kick me balls down. Now, I did give my disclaimer. I don't think that that was their intentions of doing that, um, because I don't usually express how I feel. And I did this day, and I did not get the result I was looking for. But it's all good. You live and you learn. And sometimes you're not going to get that type of attention you're looking for when you're low. I realized that I kept a lot of things to myself. I really didn't talk about things that I was going through my hard times. I didn't talk too much about it. Some things was too big for me to keep secret, so it just spilled on out. But I quickly brushed that up with, "It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. God's got this. God's got this." But I believe that I'm at a point now, and I'm not the only one. For those that have thought they were by themselves or been doing things by themselves without additional fleshly people there to help them, um, need to realize that it's okay to let go and let God, and share your information with people that you trust. Now, the younger crowd I went around that I was hoping that could encourage me, I think we got more misunderstood as the conversation went. But in the end, it was it was done. Now it's time to move on to the next. So I, you know, decided to share my information with some adult friends, and they were more encouraging than the first half of my morning. But I still, I wasn't comfortable talking about it, but I did, and I'm realizing that sometimes we're going to have to get out of our comfort zone, um, if we're going to move forward in the direction which God, the Creator, wants us to go in. We can ride the boogie. And another thing, I came on and I said, let me go to another genre of music. I always say I love the 90s, but I love the 80s and I love the 70s. So I am going to listen to this morning, which is a little more upbeat to get me out of my space into more of a positive space. And Michael Jackson and Babyface is making me feel real good this morning. I'm not promoting them nor the song. I'm just trying to give you some tips to overcome tough days. Sometimes you do have to talk to somebody. It's not good to hold a lot of that stuff in. It will do damage to the body. I'm not just talking, I am a witness. If you don't get things out of your system so that it can leave your system, you will cause problems for your body. My body went through some changes yesterday and the day before. But I did miss coming on and talking to you guys. I did try to make a video yesterday, but then when I looked at myself in the picture, I said, oh no. I looked exactly like what I was feeling. So I said, nah, I'm not going to put that one on. I'll just have a day to where I won't post. But yeah. So I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Let me start off by praying. I didn't do that yet. So I'm going to pause this for just a moment. And I'm coming on to give honor and glory to God, Mother, Father, Universe, the Creator, the great I am. Thank you, God, for waking us up this morning. Continue to watch over us, keep us, and bless us. Order our steps, direct our path. Continue to provide for us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every way possible. Watch over all of us, those who are getting simple symptoms of this winter weather advisory, and those that are getting extreme symptoms of this winter weather advisory. Continue to keep us safe, protect us, Lord. Those who are in need of having things removed from their cars that are of senior citizen age, allow someone to come and help them that is younger, that can be able to stand what is going on to clear the car so that these senior citizens don't have to go out there to clean their own cars off. Continue to protect us, provide for us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every way possible. Protect us and cleanse the food in which we receive as nourishment for our bodies. Let it be used for that intention to help the body maneuver and to get better and to be healthy. Um, Continue to keep us fully dressed in the full armor of God, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, the sword of God's holy word, the belt of truth, and the shoes of peace. Continue, God, to just be with us and continue to love us and to continue to direct our path. Giving much gratitude and respect to our big brother Jesus, to all the archangels, guardian angels, all angels in the highest Christ at light, ancestors, guardian ancestors, spirit team here and far. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for always being there for us. Thank you for providing for us and being obedient to God and directing us in the path in which we need to be going in, those gentle nudges. Thank you. And these blessings I pray and ask in the name of the Most High Mother, Father, God, the great I am, the Creator. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. What is that? Sorry, y'all. I heard a noise over there. I didn't know what that was. But yes, it is Sunday. Oh, that's the air unit, heat unit. It is Sunday. And I don't know if I don't know if we're going to have school tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. It is tips for overcoming tough days. And if by chance you have any tips out there that you want to share, please, by all means, share them. We can all benefit from those. We all have had bad days, but we have good days. Don't let the bad days outweigh your good days. There's always ways you can change your day around to some extent. Maybe not all the way, but at least you can change your attitude and your mood so that you can stay at a high vibration so that the enemy won't have a field day with you. So yesterday, all I wanted to do was just lay down and sleep. Eat and sleep. So I pretty much did that. Coming on at later hours so I get a different crowd of people. And it's all good. I'll be back on schedule tomorrow.
You always want the best for your family.
But yeah, I do not own the rights to the music. If you hear it in the background, if you hear the commercials, I'm not promoting what's on the commercials. This is just music that the commercials are attached to the system that I'm playing so that I can help set the tone where I'm at or to be encouraged to help set the tone with you out there. I'm talking slow because I don't want to eat and have stuff spit out the camera. But we have to learn to take care of ourselves. No matter how hard times can be, no matter how many people is against you, on how you take care of yourself, bottom line is you have to take care of yourself. If there's things that you know you don't have, you're going to always have bills. But you need things to move out in this world. We're not back in Adam and Eve day where we can walk with no clothes on. We have to have clothes on our bodies. And the clothes have to be appropriate for the weather. Other people may not understand that. And some people may, if by chance you are in binds because of how this economy is. Despite how this economy is out here, you still have to take care of yourself. Remove your background noise. Viewers hear you clearly. What back? I don't know how to do that. I don't know. Is it loud in here that y'all can't hear me? Or is that something I just posted on the thing to tell you what you need to do? What are some of your greatest hits from the 80s that will uplift you? Do you have any hits from the 80s that uplift you, bring you in a positive space to where you're not thinking about anything negative or things that can help uplift your spirit? I am still flowing, guys. So if it seems like I don't have a rhythm, it's because I'm getting back into the groove. And you can't really and anything live. You gotta be your rhythm is gonna be there right then and there when it comes on. But I do say God less of me and more of you. So whatever conversation that comes out my mouth, allow it to be what you want me to tell your people. Allow me to reach all of those who you desire for me to reach. So everyone who tunes into this, allow it to be those who need to hear something from you. But one thing I'm learning too is as you get older, your body does some crazy things. Things that you can't explain. So when I go through certain things, I'm going to share it so that somebody can catch it and know this might happen when you turn this age. But I know leg pain. I've had leg pain from, standing up at work because most of my jobs required me to stand up. And then, depending on your shoes and stuff that you wear, it might affect your legs. But I had felt some pain in my legs, and I was like, what is going on? If y'all can relate to that and tell me what it is and what it means, I would greatly appreciate it. But I was just laying there in bed, and then it was like a pain that started off like a Charlie horse. And then it didn't just stay there. That mess was moving up my leg, like as if something was in my legs. So I was like, what is going on? And I'm trying to, stretch it out and be cool because, I was talking on the phone, so I didn't want to show how much pain I was in. But at some points in time of that conversation, I was like, oh, whoa, 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 what is going on? But eventually it stopped. And then as I was sleeping, it came back. I said, what is going on with this leg? And it's like you can feel something just crawling up in your leg. It's like the nerves. And then it went by the calf and then it went around in a circle. So does that mean I need to start wearing those socks? Those tight socks that come up to your knees that's supposed to help the pressure in your legs? Let me know. Because doctor visits are expensive. There's co-pays out there. But then just to tell you, oh, it's just that you should have rested your legs or something like that. So if I can save some money by somebody sharing their experience with me and how they got over it, greatly appreciate it. Plus, we can't get out in this weather most places anyway because of the weather. But yeah, trying to eat healthy. I got some yogurt here, 2 different flavors. But yeah, I don't have any verses, no scriptures or anything to pick up from because I didn't look it up. But by all means, if you want something that is related to the Word, the Bible, in regards to tips for overcoming tough times, all you have to do is type that into your search bar to either Google, Chat GPT, whatever. They'll give you verses and scriptures in the Bible to go look at, to research, and you just pick the one that speaks to you the most and meditate on that throughout the day. I always say I have my mini ones. I say that this too shall pass. Joy comes in the morning. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. These are what I use on a regular basis because it helps me. If I'm going through a moment of, I don't know what the future holds, I'm right in the middle of it, and I think that I'm getting out of it, and all of a sudden I find myself right back at that center. I don't get discouraged and give up. although the enemy would like me to. How many of you out there know that when you get close to something that is good, the enemy will try to mess it up or try to get you to turn around? And the enemy will use anybody. The enemy will use anybody, even your loved ones, even the ones you birthed out. God will use anybody to keep you in that space that's low. You just have to be wise enough and understand the tactics of the enemy. I know I love my children, and I know my children love me. I may get on their nerves sometimes, they may get on mine. That's just the way of life. But at the end of the day, they know that I love them, and I know that they love me. So the enemy can use anybody. Anybody. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your best friend. It's up to you to realize what is really going on. I try not to put myself in situations where people can kick me when I'm down. And one of those ways of me doing that is not to tell nobody when I'm down. But I feel like God is working on me, and maybe God's working on somebody out there too, to where you have to understand that you're not really by yourself. And I know we're not by myself, or we're not by ourselves, period, because we always have God and we have our spirit team. But if you're looking for that physical body to speak to, that physical person to help encourage you, and they come around and their way of encouraging is to give you one of those moments where you get what is it when everybody comes up you have all your family come in the room, and then you go and sit in the room and you're not knowing what's going on. Is it an intervention or some type of something? So when you're looking for someone to give you encouraging words and tell you they love you and all this other stuff, you walk right into intervention. Because they don't understand why you're going through what you go through. And why is it a problem all of a sudden? It's not a problem all of a sudden. It's just that now I'm telling you. Normally, I've been through the same situation over and over again, but I dealt with it by myself. Now I'm trying to change my way of being and trying to invite people in. And because it's not normal or familiar to you, it looks like I'm crazy because I'm not healing the same way that I used to. I hope I'm not losing nobody out there. I hope that you guys are understanding what I'm saying. I've only been so far for like 23 minutes. What was y'all doing when this song came out? The butt. I'm not promoting the song. I'm not promoting the singer. I'm promoting a cup of conversation and food for thought. Gotta put my disclaimers in there. That's all I'm doing. But I know I was dancing, doing the butt when this song came out. What were you all out there doing? Got my berries. Were you out there in acid wash jeans and did they have short what they have? I'm gonna need somebody to put this. All right, y'all, I'm gonna have to walk away for one quick second. I'm still here. The 1 second. If you want to do the butt all night long. For all of you out there that want to know how tall I am, there's a headshot. Not that tall, 5'4" and thick. That's my breakdown of it. Anyway, all right. Belly feeling okay right now. Combination party was not a good thing to do, but anyway, it's healthy. Excuse me. Again, I apologize if I'm coming on kind of slow, but I am coming back into, myself. I was very tired for the past 2 days. I left work and I was just dragging out of work. People are usually happy to get out of work, but not me. I was dragging. I was feeling really, really, really tired. Almost like I was working, but not working. Like my body was doing all this extra stuff, but my body was standing still at the same time. So I can't explain it, but that's what it was like. It was kind of crazy. And probably a lot of people are not on because of the severeness of whatever the weather is going over there. But if you can share, let me know what is going on in your area. Is it snowing? Is it raining? Is it doing anything? Is it cold? That way we can give a more realistic idea of what's going on and when we talk to people. The Weather Channel might miss one area and might not. 1980s music is more uplifting. I'm getting my energy back, y'all. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. It's tips for overcoming tough days. Like today, if you can't get outside, listen to some music. Take advantage of the electricity. Use it. As I was scrolling through the phone, and I was hearing people talk about how the lines and stuff was so crazy out there, and how somebody said they went to the ABC store, and the line was all the way around the building. Them grown-ups got to be home with them kids, so they say, wait a minute, we need to do something about this. So they're getting themselves prepared to be in the house with all those people. That was funny. But I am snacking on my breakfast this morning, which is fruit and yogurt and a cup of coffee. But yeah, I feel like I'm just sitting here not saying anything, but I don't want to say something that is not inspired through God. So I'm just sitting here. This might be a cup of conversation that might be interesting. It might flow towards the end. I don't know, but I don't want to just throw stuff out there and not reach somebody out there that needs to be reached. If the player in your eligible NFL prop bet goes down at any point in the first half, you still get paid in cash. Download the DraftKings. If you can, please like, share, and subscribe. That's code Spotify. What I've talked about in the previous that I can remember, we talked about what I talked about. I don't even remember. Maybe because I'm not supposed to. So take this moment to be right now in the present, the gift that God truly gives us, and just focus on right now and prepare what we're going to do for the future. This moment that we're in right now is an important moment. It's a moment that's going to either make or break, up or down, the direction that our future goes in.
Hey, listen to Laven Callie's Sleepwalking out now on Spotify.
Wallet feeling light after the holidays. Recovery.
I feel like there's a few people that's working today, not too many.
Share the link and watch the price drop to 0. Download TikTok, search/free, and start slashing today.
This one might be a short one, y'all. This cup of conversation might end now. And then I'll come on again a little bit later when I feel like maybe there's something that I need to come on and talk about. But sometimes it could be just what it means. If you are tired and your body is letting you know that you're tired, to just take it easy and relax. Just let your mind relax. Don't force it to just, don't force it to say things. Don't force your mouth to say things. Sometimes you just need to relax and just enjoy the atmosphere and truly rest. Eat on something healthy and just relax. And be reminded that you're not by yourself. Never, 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 never are you by yourself. You are always with Mother, Father, God, universe, the creator, the great I am, Elohim, El Shaddai, whoever you call God, or your creator, the creator, and your spirit team, that they're always with you. So you're never by yourself and never alone. And if you ever feel down, some tips to uplift you is to listen to some music. Pick a genre of a time in your life where you were happy. So if you were the most happiest in your 70s, 80s, and 90s, pick music from those time frames. Pick uplifting music. Not so much love songs, unless it has a beat. In that era, the love songs had beats to it. It didn't hold you so, it didn't keep you down. Unless you start listening to other stuff like you get deep into Freddie Jackson, Luther Vandross, and Teddy Pendergrass. They're going to want to make you be with somebody. So listen to music that is free flowing, something that's going to make you happy, keep you moving, keep you bouncing, to keep your spirits up higher. And if you're too tired to do all of that, just sit and quiet. Because sometimes your mind just needs quiet. I find myself turning off the TV. Usually I'll let the TV play until I fall asleep, and then in the middle of me already be halfway asleep, I'll go and just turn it off with the remote. Not yesterday, I turned that thing completely off. I need to sleep in complete silence. It had to be quiet. I let the phone play for a little bit, and I had to turn that off. I needed rest time to be completely quiet yesterday. And I had to actually rest. Sometimes it's hard for people to rest because their mind don't settle down. If that happens, you might have to lay down there for like an hour or 2 hours until your mind clears up. Don't fight it. Just let it clear. Talk to yourself to help calm yourself down. Like when my mind was usually races and I have to sit down for a certain time frame, I'd be like, okay, God, I'm asking you to please clear my mind. I want to receive that peace. Tune out the noise from my ears that I can hear from my head, and slow down the activity that's going on in my brain so I can focus and relax. You have to coach yourself and talk to yourself sometimes to relax. That's not crazy. And you're not talking truly to yourself. You're talking to God because you're asking God to do something for you. Excuse me. So, try that. Sometimes to relax, you have to clear some things off of your chest. You might have to have that cup of conversation and food for thought, even though you don't want to have it. And yesterday morning, I didn't want to talk to nobody. But you know what? Now that I think about it, my kids did help me because they kept talking to me when I wasn't wanting to be talked to. So it was forcing me to bring things out. And I expressed myself yesterday, which probably was the first time that they heard me talk like that. But, I'm human too. I don't know if a lot of kids realize that their parents are human. They go through emotions and feelings and they hold a lot of stuff in. And then I was reminded, that I got grown kids. I saw this video this morning and I sent it to them. It was funny. I guess it was something going on the internet where the kids would, record themselves saying something to their parents, and they would use a cuss word like, "What the f is this?" They'll start saying curse words. They're not cursing at their parents; they're cursing at a situation, and the parents are looking at these kids. I felt the same way, but my kids weren't near me. We were talking on the phone. But these kids were brave. They did this right in front of their parents, and then every last one of them kids got popped. The parents are shocked looking at them. One lady took the broom and popped the child in the mouth. Another lady just went, popped the child right in the mouth. The other one, she flipped the table up, and then you just heard the child screaming in the background. I'm laughing because honestly, that's what I felt like. But then I'm thinking back to when I was growing up. I grew up in the project, so my tone, my conversation, my mouth was really dirty. I cursed like a sailor, and I didn't even put two and two together. Made my mom think that's disrespectful. I didn't even look at it that way. I used to think that I was. Now I see what my kids are going to do. I can see where they get it from. But my mom would sit there and I would talk to her, and I would say curse words in the thing that I'm talking about, not cursing at her. And I know now she probably wanted to pop the mess out of my face, but she never did. She's like, "What? Huh?" But my mother, I'm laughing, y'all, because I got visuals. I can just remember me going back to when I was younger and what that would look like. But these people nowadays, when these kids were cursing, them parents was tearing them the mouths up, popping right in the mouth, punching right in the mouth, taking a broom and popping them right in the mouth. So it was like a reminder for me that your kids are going to get grown. They're going to talk just like you talk. You can't get mad because they're grown. As long as you ain't cursing at your parents, but your conversation requires curse words. They don't require it, but you use curse words. I remember when my kids went to school when they weren't cursing before. Well, they were in their own private quarters, but when they got to school and came back and they found out everybody did just curse when they talk. They came back home and started talking. I said, start curse saying those bad words, and they're just words, y'all. But anyway, they would say these words. And I'm looking like, oh, this cursing that mama's in college or college teaching you guys how to curse when you talk. And it'll catch them off guard, but then they will sit there and they'd be like, oh, sorry. But, I tell them it's okay because I consider them adults at that point. But as long as you're not cursing at me, be good. I can relate. I was a child. I was a teenager. My vocabulary was much worse than my kids. So I can't get mad at them. So, hello, how y'all doing out there? All of you out there that have young kids or teenagers and you don't use curse words in your regular vocabulary, and they go back and go to school and come back on those breaks, and then they start talking a whole different language, dressing a whole different way. I'm like, oh, okay. It's interesting. You want to say something, but if you're a type of parent that tell your kids to go ahead and find your style, and they come back with this style, and your style's like, oh, that's your style. You don't say that stuff in front of them. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, oh, okay. As long as it's not revealing and showing a whole bunch of stuff, I can't get mad at you. We're living in a different time frame and style of clothing, which the clothing style is not new. It's like a different take on it. It's just different. But yeah. Another way to get through tough times is to reminisce on the happy times that you had already accomplished in life. The song, the Butt came on, and I asked you guys out there, what were y'all doing when that song was coming on? There are certain songs out here and I'll just start back dancing. I don't know none of the new line dances they have up there except for that hand gesture of where the fan is at. But back in the days, anytime I hear music from the songs that I remember when I was growing up, the same dance comes back to my mind. So I'm sitting there doing the dances that I remember doing back then. But all the stuff they do now, I don't do all of it. I do parts of it because I don't know it. I don't go out, so I don't know what's out there. I ask, what's out there now in these clubs. What kind of dance are y'all doing out there in this club? Is there slow dancing anymore with two people? I don't know what's out there. So I ask. So I'm asking now for those that do go out and party and go to these different places. I look at some of the. I have some family members that go to parties and they'll record some of the information, some of the times that they're there, and the setup is different. They have nothing but tables. They have tables but no chairs. So is that now no tables are allowed at these parties? I mean these clubs? Is it just tables? These are questions I'm asking. They do fall under the tips of for overcoming tough times because some people go out to relax, to clear their minds. Some people go out to a bar to drink socially and ease their mind of going through tough times. So if you have any ideas or ways that you calm yourself down or ways you uplift yourself to get through tough times, please share it. And curious minds wants to know. Were you copying I'll Be Sure and Christopher Williams dances in their videos? You doing stuff in the videos? That was Big Daddy Kane. Let's did that video too. Anyway, I used to love the videos. If you was to come in my room when I was a teenager, my walls were filled with Word Up magazine posters and was it Word Up, something Beats or something. I had my room covered wall to wall with posters to the point to where I would hide money behind my posters and forget where I hid the money at because there was so many posters in the room. I think my brothers found out that though. Because when I went back to the posters, there was no money in there. So I think they caught on to what I was doing. But I had posters on my walls. I used to don't call me weird. Or you can, I don't care. But those shiny potato chip bags, like Wise had those really aluminum bags. I would collect them. I would fold them up, press them all out, make them nice and flat with the air going, and just fold them up and just collect them. I don't know what I was getting out of it, but I guess it was maybe because it was shiny, and the posters that they had up was so shiny. I mean, they were regular posters, but it was like shiny paper. So glossy paper, maybe that's a better name for it. So I would go ahead and collect those and keep my walls with all of the Word Up magazine and Beats posters. I did my own wallpaper. My room was the spot. So I thought when I was younger. So reminiscing of good times could be another way to get past these tough days. If your tough days are caused because of the economy and maybe you got more bills than money, you can't really do too much about that except for wait for when the money comes. You'll get people that will call you asking for the money back, and you're just going to have to be honest. When I get it, you get it. But you can't let them stress you out. And you can't let other people stress you out because certain things didn't add up. People, I used to love this song too. People go through things, and sometimes it's not easy to explain what you're going through. Like, okay, have you ever borrowed money from somebody to pay something, but then they caught you buying something else, and then they look at you like, I thought you ain't have no money. I still don't have any money. I just knew when I asked you to borrow something, I needed that to get paid, and I also needed this. But you can't tell them up front that's what you need the money for. So I always ask people, if I borrow something from you, if you don't have it, don't do it. I don't want it if you can't do it for me. I will pay you back, and I'll pay you back with interest. But if you can't do it, don't do it. So when people lend you money, they feel like they have now control or ownership over you and how you spend your money. Am I the only one that think like that, or been through something like that? Share with me if I'm not. If you agree to lend money to somebody, then you're agreeing to lend it. How they spend it and how they spend the rest of their money is not your concern. If they tell you that they're going to pay you back, then you ask them when you're going to pay me back. And if they don't pay you back after that, then you can, But if I lend somebody something, I'm not going to worry about what you spend your money on. I'm not going to want to know how you spend your money. Because a lot of things is just too much to tell somebody. And then if you tell somebody, they're not going to understand. So I'm curious to know, when you lend money to people and you're expecting it back, do you take ownership of how they spend the rest of their money? Do you watch how their pockets look? Are you in close with them like that to where you show them, not show them, but you put more pressure on top of the pressure they already are? So let me be that person that is the one that's being watched and try to shed some light for those who do that. First of all, put yourself in that predicament. 9 out of 10 times, well, no, let me say it less. Maybe 5 out of 10 people are really ashamed to ask for help, especially when they know that they got past this point before, but then at this particular point, it's harder. So if you lend somebody some money, lend it, and then, keep going. Hey, how you doing? If they don't pay you back, well, then next time not to lend that person no money. But don't lend somebody money and then take ownership and control of how they spend their money. They ain't asked you for all of that. They just asked you to borrow some money. Okay. Thank you. So I'm curious to know, because as I was growing up, phone is ringing. I'm gonna have to come back with that one. But yeah, as I was saying, when you're lending money to people, just lend it, because the person that's borrowing the money from you is already going to pay you back in mind, if it's the person that's really, if they're true to what they say. Hi, you good? I'm good. Are you good? How you doing today? How was the weather in your area? But yeah, be mindful, because although you have things planned, or you ask somebody for certain things because certain things have to get done, and they might want to know a list of why you want the things done, why you're not spending, how you spending your money, and different things like that. But sorry for that interruption. It's about time for you to get off anyway, so maybe that was my timer. So let me cut this conversation shorter. Overall, this was a cup of conversation, food for thought, topic under the umbrella of tips for coming through tough times. And I was about to share about how if you do come through tough times and someone's asking you for money to borrow and they're going to pay you back, then wait for them to pay you back. Don't take ownership onto how they're spending their money and how they're doing the situation, because you don't know the full story of what they're going through. And it's too much to try to break down to tell you. And also, you're not going to understand and respect what they're doing, because it's not the way that you would do it. So it'll cause a big problem in the end. Just help and don't wait for getting paid back. I agree with you. I agree. But you have some folks out there that wants a report done on why you need the money and what it's for. If you know the person is legit and need help, if I don't come across like someone that is, if you want to help somebody not drink and they want to spend the money on buying alcohol, if I don't come across like that person, if I never gave you no proof to even think that that's how I am, why would you question me in that standpoint? So I see things differently, but I agree with you saying. But anyway, we're at 50 minutes into this post live, so I don't want to get hung up off of TikTok. So I'm going to say thank you so much for that. All you who came out there, sorry for the slow start it took for me to get back into the groove of things. But I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Same thing here. When I give, I don't expect it back, because if I don't have it to give, I can't give it. But okay, have a wonderful, 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 wonderful Sunday. Stay safe. If you don't have to go outside, don't go outside. Stay warm and enjoy some time with you, God, and your family. Have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.